each week we just get better and better and better. What's up, guys? It's your boy Midnight coming to you from the Midnight Cinema. What do I have for you today? Well, I've got something for you today. I have a call to action to make for you all. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell for this video. Okay, this is something you don't want to miss. A movie you should go see. I am talking about well, the, the one known as Elvis, 1968 special. It's glorious. Oh man. Look, so guys, yes, today I am talking about Elvis. I've been meaning to the past few weeks now, but I've just been caught up with work and everything. But I saw it. I want to say the weekend after. I think it was like the Sunday after its opening weekend. I saw it, and I gotta say, I was blown away. I truly was. I did not expect this to be well. I didn't know what to expect. It looked good, and it really floored everyone in the theater that I went and saw this with. Well, not with. I went by myself, but everyone in the theater that was there, they had a good time with this movie. It's directed by Boz Lerman. It stars Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. Um, and man, let me tell you, the story of Elvis's life is really a crazy one. Just seeing how like shady some people were, especially in and we've seen movies where you've always had that shady manager, like Selena, the New Edition movie, where people are always screwing someone over financially and really ruining a star and driving them, like it's awful. And what happened to Elvis, his whole downward spiral, it was terrible. And so this movie is about his whole life. And Baz Luhrmann has his style on it now. I haven't seen The Great Gatsby, but I've seen clips from it, so I kind of could see where he was getting his stylistic choices from. And with Elvis being this larger than life figure that he is, I mean, it seemed right for Boz Lerman to helm this movie and stylize it the way that he did. And I just think like the beginning, the first act, you get a lot of it. It's fast paced, it's quick, it's fire. You're really seeing how Elvis came up, and he grew up around black people. He grew up in black neighborhoods. He grew up in black clubs. He went to church revivals and like really listened to the sound of black music. And he blended that with that of white country, and then boom, a new sound was born in the world of music. So Austin Butler's performance as Elvis, I thought was definitely Oscar worthy. He embodies it. I mean, just every scene that he does, especially his concert scenes. And oh yeah, hey John, what's going on, man? They definitely, yes. The fact that they give you a backstory to Elvis if you don't know anything about him, absolutely. I didn't really know much about his life. My whole life, I've heard, I've liked his music. I mean, I remember my first introduction to Elvis was actually in Lilo and Stitch because that was Lilo's favorite singer. So, I didn't really know much else about Elvis other than like I liked his music. I did, but I didn't really know his life. I knew he died young. I knew there were pills involved, but didn't know his life. And so going through this movie step by step through his life, his childhood and upbringing, how his relationship was with his mother, how he met the colonel, how his dad was like really kind of a distant dad in a way. I mean, he was his business manager, but he wasn't like the strong hand that a child needs. It was his mom. That was his mom, and she loved him, and they were very, very close. And yeah, like his journey going into the army and how he rebelled against a lot of the white people who didn't want his sound. There were a lot of people in the South who hated the sound. They were like, "Oh, this Negro music, you cannot do this. Yeah, this guy's gyrating and all this, that, and the other." And it's like, geez, wow. But no, Elvis, he stood with black people. He's like, look, man, he paid homage to BB King, paid homage to Little Richard, Mahalia Jackson, loved them, right? And my whole life I've heard he's stolen music from black folks. I see, but after watching this and doing my own research, it's like, no, he didn't steal. He definitely paid homage. I feel like you're stealing if you don't give credit to what your inspiration was. But see, that's the thing about art itself too. as an artist, you always draw inspiration from somewhere. I was telling a friend of mine, like if you decided to make a song and you had the style of a John Coltrane or a Louis Armstrong, and you said, hey, you took one of theirs and you made it your own and unique to itself, but it's like, hey, this is where I got my inspiration from. That's where all artists get this from. It's the same thing with movies. A director can see a movie from like way back in the day, maybe like Lawrence of Arabia or something, make a movie similar or have elements of that in it and pay homage to say, hey, look, I the director of Lawrence of Arabia inspired me to make this movie. Painters do the same way. Think same thing with Impressionism. You got Picasso, um, Da Vinci, Michelangelo. It's all throughout art because inspiration comes from somewhere. So it's not really theft. It's more of an inspiration. And I didn't know Elvis was enlisted in the army because of what took place. Like people were angry with him, so they wanted to, because of the sound that he made. They were angry with him. That, well, we wanted to make him this all-American boy. They send him into the army, and in Germany, he meets his wife. He comes back. He wants to, pursue Hollywood, become an actor. It kind of falls flat for him, and then he has a new rise again when he's like, I want to start singing again, and he starts to take control of his career. Like he wants to take control of his legacy. He doesn't want anyone to tell him the sound that he cannot make simply because it's inspired from black folks. I don't get that. That's crazy to me. But yeah, I love this movie. You will not like Tom Hanks at the end of this movie. Look, I love Tom Hanks as an actor. He's great. He's phenomenal. One of the best ever. Okay, but him as a villain, him as the Colonel Tom Parker in this, I didn't really know about Elvis's manager like that. To be honest, like I said, I knew nothing of his life, and this guy really screwed him over. And the deals that he made, and the things that you find out about him were Are we back? Let me fix the camera. Almost there, guys. Sorry. So sorry about that. Working on getting more equipment, much better than what I have right now. Trying to get there. There we go. Okay. So sorry about that, everyone. Uh, yeah. Okay. As I was saying, um, Elvis and Tom Parker. This is where I was left off at. So Tom Hanks. I almost said Tom Cruise for some reason, but Tom Hanks is the Colonel. Yeah, he's a bad dastardly guy. I mean, he's awful. And his whole thing, he didn't. He was trying to stop Elvis. He only saw Elvis as a product, like to sell. And he didn't really. Elvis had bigger dreams than just being here in America and doing American performances and doing performances in Vegas. Like he wanted to see the world. But Colonel wasn't even. He first off, he wasn't even a colonel. He was in the army, but he was definitely discharged, and he was a very low. He was
very low in rank. And it's not, it wasn't even his name. He was like some Dutch immigrant, got no passport, nothing. Okay, no one knew who this guy was, and it just the way that, and it's in the movie also. Let me talk about that for a minute. The movie's told through his eyes. It's like, kind of in a way like that story that I read as a kid when the three little pigs, told from the big bad wolf's perspective. That's what this is in a way, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was a very different choice, but I thought it worked. I thought they were just going to go straight up with the life story, but no, it's like we're going to tell it through his eyes and let you see and how, pretty much how he felt about Elvis and all the digging that they did. And it was just it was masterful. I didn't feel like this movie was insane. Some people feel like it was too long. I didn't really feel like it was. I like I said, I enjoyed every single moment, and those concert scenes were electrifying. And a lot of this is done in Austin Butler's voice, but as the movie goes on, when he gets older, they started to blend Elvis's voice and his voice, and it's really well done. So I think that it's possible that these two could get Oscar nominations for this movie. Maybe not Best Picture, but definitely like a Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. I believe could be done for this, simply because their performances were magnificent. And some people wonder, well, if it's not in the fall or winter, then are we? How could they even qualify? Well, I mean, I will even slate Get Out came out in March of 2017. That got an Oscar nomination for Best Picture and Best Actor, won both. You've got Logan, came out that same year, same month, and got best that got nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay. Quiet Place. The same thing happened the next year for them. So there are movies. There's precedent where movies that come out earlier in the year can definitely get nominations and wins, the following year around that winter time. Because usually in the winter and the fall, that's where your big award winners come out. And I think that this would have bigger traction if it came out during that time. But because of Butler's performance and Tom Hanks's performance, this is something that will be on people's minds for a long time. And if there's nothing, if they don't get nominated, it's insane. But I will have to say there's going to have to be some performances that happen later this year that really outdo what they did in the movie. And like I said, I enjoyed it. Go see it. It's his life story. And come to find out, with Thor and Jurassic World Dominion still out and Top Gun, this movie still made $100 million at the domestic box office. So therein lies, like, hey, people are still going out to see other movies too, and they are flocking towards this one as well. So, hey, go see this movie, enjoy this movie. I give it 4 out of 5 full moons. Definitely, it was. I enjoyed every single thing. Not perfect. I mean, there may be like one or two parts that probably I didn't feel like. Again, like I said, I didn't feel like it was too long, but there were probably some portions they could have, shaved down just a little bit. But I didn't mind it, because I was locked in the whole time. So anyway, guys, look, if you enjoyed this review, please like, share, subscribe, and you can find me here on Twitter at the Outlawed Mind. You can find me on YouTube, obviously, Midnight Cinema. Find me on Instagram at the Midnight Cinema 41. And tonight I'll be on the Multiverse of Geekdom channel. What we'll be doing over there is doing some reactions to the Munsters and the Lord of the Rings trailers. So hop on and join us tonight over at that channel at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Yes, okay. Um, and yeah, that's all I have for you today, guys. I've been really wanting to do this for a while now. Glad I could finally get around and sit down and actually tell you how I felt about this movie. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I can't sing its praises enough. So go see Elvis. Go enjoy that, and you all have a howling great evening. All right, remember, one pack, one nation, one smooth howl. Love you all. Have a great evening. And again, sorry for the technical difficulties. We want to get these things fixed. Okay, we're definitely going to get these things fixed over the next few months. Definitely. And we're off.